So I was reading about different animal facts, as I often do, and I needed to make a video about the platypus because I've come across some information that I found kind of disturbing, and it's something that I didn't know, but I'm going to get into that in a second. Before I do, I want to talk about just the platypus in general. So I'm really confused as to why this animal exists, because it's literally just a beaver and a duck kind of glued together. Like, look here, I just made a platypus. It took me 2 seconds. And the reason why it bothers me is because why is this the only animal that is just like two random animals stuck together like that? There's no other animal on the planet that looks like this. There's things like giraffes, which I guess you could kind of argue is sort of like a horse snake, but that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about two animals just completely stuck together, not even from the same like family. Like, I know dogs can breed, like you can breed like a chihuahua with like a husky and it makes a little husky chihuahua. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about two completely different species of animals just stuck together. For example, why don't we have snake rhinos? How is a snake rhino any more strange than a duck beaver? And there could even be two different kinds of snake rhino as well. It could be either one. But none of them exist though, and nobody seems to be as concerned about it as I am. Like, how did this little freak even end up being created? Well, that's not even the biggest problem that I have with this animal. And the reason why I made this video is because through my reading, I just found out that platypuses, or platypi, I don't know what you call one of them, are toxic. They're venomous. How is this creature venomous? Ducks aren't venomous, beavers aren't venomous. So how did this thing become a poisonous monster? Well, I looked further into it, and they're from Australia, which that explains a little bit, because from what I understand, even the babies in Australia are venomous. But I guess it turns out that Pokemon are just real now, because this thing is a poisonous duck beaver, and it just confuses me. So then I look into how is this thing venomous, and it turns out that I guess his back claws have poison in them. Then I look up its effect on humans, and I kind of summarize it here, but basically it doesn't kill people, but it can kill small animals, I guess. But on humans, it causes excruciating pain. I guess back in 1991, some guy named Keith Payne, which I think is ironic that his last name is Payne. I don't know if that's considered irony or not, but I guess he got struck on the hand by a platypus and said that the pain persisted and didn't respond to morphine. That's pretty intense. Morphine's pretty strong. He described the pain as being worse than being struck by shrapnel. So this guy whose last name is Payne has not only been poisoned by a platypus, but also been hit by shrapnel as well. I guess with the last name like Payne, you're just meant to live this kind of life. But he said that 1 month later, he was still experiencing pain in that hand. And then in 2006, a full 15 years later, he still had discomfort and pain and stiffness when doing some physical activities. So this platypus sting affected him 15 years after it happened. So platypus are gross. It's a good thing that I looked into this and read this myself, because I had no idea. If I had come across this cute little duck beaver, I probably would have just picked it up and hugged it, and then I would have died. So I'm hoping this video will spread some awareness about the platypus. In case you ever come across one, you'll know to stay away. But then also look at this here. Look at this platypus Beanie Boo, Wilma. So the inside of the tag says, "Broad and flat my tail can be. I'm like a duck, can't you see?" But look at the actual Beanie Boo. They forgot to put the tail on it. And this isn't just like a weird angle thing and it's behind it. I've seen this thing in real life. They completely forgot to put the tail on it. That's fine. If you forgot to put the tail on, no big deal. But don't make the words inside the tag talk about the tail when you don't even have one. So hopefully somebody got fired from the Beanie Boo company for that. And then on top of that, look at the name of this subscriber that I have. So like, what's his deal? I don't understand. Maybe, is he from Australia? I don't know. Maybe he can give us some answers though. So anyways, that's all I have to tell you for now. Steer clear of the platypus, and I'll see you in the next video.